Hello and welcome guys to another video. Today we have round 5 of the Clio Cup at Amztec Indy. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and let's jump straight into the video. So jumping straight into qualifying here, let's have a quick look at our best lap that put us on pole position. So coming into turn 1, Amztec Indy, a little bit of slip angle on the entry, using as much track on the exit as we can. Now into the hairpin, late apex, you must get a very late apex for this corner. Could have used a lot more of the exit there, so we are a little bit down after sector 1 there on compared to our best time. Coming round the left-hander there, using all the track without getting any slowdowns. Through this quick left and right-hander, just use a little bit of the curb if you need to. And then coming round to the final corner now, very important to get a good run on the exit, get a good apex there, using as much track as we can, get a little bit of a toe from Davey I think, and then as we cross the line, we do a 50.358. So quick look at the qualifying results. This is the top 10. We took pole position by just over 3.5 tenths. You can see some of the other drivers there as well. I think there was about 12 drivers who qualified. So let's get straight into the race. Green lights and away we go. Into turn 1 now. Lead Dog has had a fantastic start. He's going to come up along the inside into turn 1. He's got the move done before we even get to turn 1. Great move by him. We've got Hunting Chalk on the inside there. Not a good start for us at all. Coming into the hairpin now. Still got Hunting Chalk on the inside. Get a little bit of a tap from him. I think he maybe just understeered a bit, but we're able to keep it together. It's currently sitting P2. Let's have a look at the midfield then. So Lead Dog has his great start, taking Hunting Chalk and me. Hunting Chalk in the same livery. Looking at the back of the field though, there's a little bit of a collision, someone nearly going in the barrier there. Coming into turn 1, we see Milo in the number 19, gets a little bit of a slide, has contact with another driver. Coming into the hairpin now, Martin's a little bit slow in the number 17, gets blocked there I think. There's three wide coming out the hairpin. Big collision there, and about 3-4 cars involved there. Great avoidance by T-Bone there to avoid that. Let's have a look at one of the drivers who was in the middle of that collision and see what happened. So it looks like possibly Dino in the number 40, maybe just understeers slightly, touches I think IC3 who touches Milo, and just ended up in a big pile up there. So now on lap 2, we're going to try and get past Lead Dog. On the inside, we get a little bit of a tap from, I think that was Davey behind us, and Davey and Hunting Chalk going wide behind us on the hairpin. Let's have another look at that. As you see, Hunting Chalk in the same livery as us. And then we've got Davey on the inside, just a little bit of understeer, causing them both to go off and lose a few positions there. And then coming round the right-hander, Hunting Chalk has a little bit of a collision going sideways there after touching the back of another driver. Now we're on lap 3, we're on the inside of Lead Dog. We're on the inside coming into turn 1. As we hit the brakes, we get a slide and our screen freezes. Absolute disaster for Lead Dog. We end up bumping him wide. Nothing that I could really do there. The screen just, as you see, Davey getting a good move around the outside. But as I hit the brakes, the back end stepped out, which happens every lap on that corner. But because my screen froze, there was nothing I could do, unfortunately. I had to apologise to Lead Dog. As you see, as soon as I brake, my screen freezes and I can't do anything. Lead Dog goes wide and unfortunately is collected. A massive crash for Lead Dog. Really unfortunate, nothing I could do. But anyway, skipping to lap 4 now, we're behind SLR Davey. We get a slowdown though as we come out of turn 1, a little bit wide on the curb. Instead of getting a time penalty, I decide to just slow down on the next sector. As we come round the left-hander here, the slowdown's still there, so I decide just to slow down a little bit so I don't get a penalty. That allows both Martin and Ryan to pass me, and I drop to P4. But just on the very next corner, Martin makes a mistake. He goes off into the grass, and that puts us back up into P3. Let's have another look at the angle. Just a bit of oversteer by Martin, puts him on 2 wheels. He's able to keep it facing straight, but does lose a few positions there unfortunately. So now on lap 5 behind Ryan, Ryan gets a little bit of oversteer there, a bit too much slip angle. We go for the inside into the hairpin. He comes across, very nearly contact. We're able to beat him into the braking zone though, and that's us back into P2. Let's have a look at IC3 now, gaining position as T-Bone goes wide there on the gravel and very nearly spins, and that gives IC3 a position there. Now we've got Milo going for an overtake on T-Bone here, down the inside, and a very good overtake there by Milo, nice and clean. Good battle there by those two drivers. Now we've got me just behind SLR Davy. He gets a little bit of a slide coming into turn 1. We're going to go for the outside of the hairpin. Going to be very difficult to get a move here. We're on the outside and still on the outside, but SLR Davy gets a bit of understeer, pushes us wide, and we're on the grass and we both lose time. That allows Ryan to catch right up to the back of us. But this is the next lap now, and as you can see, SLR Davy made a mistake there, and that allowed us to slip into first place. Coming round this left-hander, we lift a little bit just in case he stays on the outside, but we're able to get the move done there. Here we've got Ryan. SLR Davy made a mistake on the inside. Ryan gets a great move around the outside of turn 1 there on lap 15. Still on the outside though at the hairpin. He goes a little bit too wide, and that allows SLR Davy back into P2. Now we've got Ryan and Davy and a big collision here. So looking at the collision, it appears that maybe Ryan bumps Davy, which is why Davy's car then went to the right and they had the collision. Hard to really tell there what happened. But on lap 20, SLR Davy's going for the move for P2. Gets a little bit of a bump by Ryan on the exit there. He's got into P2 now, coming round this left-hander. Ryan goes on the curb, bumps SLR Davy wide and takes P2. Not a very clean move there at all. But anyway, my replay must have been corrupted because that was all I was able to get after 17 minutes into the race. It wouldn't let me view it anymore. But that's the race results. P1 for us, Martin P2, SLR Davy, Shaggy, Ryan, Milo, IC3, T-Bone, Dino, Wee Dog, and Hunting Chalk. We also got the fastest lap of the race that we'll have a look at in a minute. So here is the current championship standings. We'll have a quick look at the fastest lap and then we'll finish up the video. So we just set a good lap there before, our personal best, coming round the right-hander there using all the track we can. This was set on lap 7. Just coming into the hairpin now, late apex, get a good apex there using the curb and using some of the exit as well. They're not running too wide. Coming into the left-hander now, using as much track as we can without getting any penalties, being careful what curbs we use, going round this fast left and right hander now, careful that we don't have oversteer or anything like that. Round the final corner now, getting nice and close to that curb in the apex, and then accelerating out the final corner, and that was a 50 point, just as across the line, 0.824. So thanks for watching that, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to like and subscribe. See you again next time.